I didn't start making beats till I was 25, fam. And, and so it's like, man, I wish I could have started making beats earlier. And that's a lot of why I'm so driven to teach students, to teach teachers how to use DAWs so kids can start learning how to make DAWs when they make beats and DAWs when they 5. You know what I'm saying? And they go to their general music education class. We play the bongos and then we learn 16th notes and then we'll sing a song and then we'll make beats. Like, that's what's up.
1, 2, yeah. Come on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, sir, you are tuned in. This is for the SB1200, ASR 10s and MPC heroes. This is for the crate digging, loop getting, sound manipulators, the Fruity Loop reasoning machine innovators that pump the bass and frequently freak the kick in a stand till it slaps in your speakers. The sound providers that make sure the song is tight. Shout out to the producers, beats grinding live. Shout out to the producers, beats grinding life.
Welcome to the Beats Grinding Life podcast with your host, Siren, a weekly interview podcast with inspiring music producers, where every week you will learn from a different music producer how to potentially take your music career to the next level.
Today's episode of Beats Grinding Life is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audio download and 30-day free trial at beatsbooks.com. Over 180,000 titles to choose from on your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Some recommended readings by past Beats Grinding Life guests like 48 Laws of Power, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, The Secret, Tools of Titans, and The Song Machine are all available with Audible. Once again, go to beatsbooks.com to get your free book. What's up, Beat Grinders? This is another episode of Beats Grinding Life. I'm your host, Siren Beats, and with us today we have TheLetterLBeats. TheLetterLBeats is a music producer, DJ, sound designer, educator, and one of the hosts of DAW Life, a platform geared towards educating music producers. He is originally from Columbus, Ohio, now residing in the Atlanta area. Not only is he an alum of the University of Illinois, but now he is a professor and he will be teaching a music course on music production at the University of Illinois. You can check out many of his sound packs that he has available on his website, TheLetterLBeats.com. Yo, TheLetterLBeats, how you doing, my guy?
I'm good, man. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great, man. It's a nice sunny day here in Portland, Oregon. I got you up on here, man. Life couldn't be no better.
Hey, man, I'm glad it's sunny up there because it's kind of cold in Georgia right now.
Hey, I didn't say it was warm. I just said it's sunny.
Well, we ain't got no sun either, bro.
Oh, shit, man. Well, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Well, at least you're on Beats Grinding Life, man. I hope that this makes the day a little better for you.
It most definitely does, man, and I appreciate you having me on.
No doubt, man. No doubt. The feeling is mutual, man. Thank you for being on the show, man. It's a pleasure. You got a lot going on, man. It's just great to have somebody of your stature up on here. And, me, along with the rest of the Beat Grinder community, man, we get to learn from you, man. So I'm real excited about that.
Well, I'm humbled, man. Thank you very much.
No doubt, man. Well, I just read a brief intro on you, man. Why don't you expand on that intro and just tell the Beat Grinders a little something about you that they may not already know?
Okay, well, man, listen, you pretty much summed it up, man. That was a great job. I kind of started teaching myself how to make beats back in 2007, man. I think something a lot of people don't know, in addition to being an alumni of the university, I got a lot of school spirit, man. It's crazy because I actually just came back from teaching a course in Chicago. They really want me to come back to Illinois, bro. And it's like because, I started from a place of like, I'm the type of dude, I feel like if I can learn it, anybody can learn it, right?
Right.
And so sometimes I look up, you know all that. Well, it's just like I figure out, the information is right there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, listen, not only am I alumni, not only am I teaching there, but I actually played football at the University. Man, played in the Sugar Bowl. I threw one of my Throwback Thursdays back in the summer, and it's crazy because I didn't start making beats, man. And one thing I like about being a producer is being an artist is a young man's game, but being a producer, the mind will stay sharp for a lot longer. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't start making beats till I was 25, fam.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, and so it's like, man, I wish I could have started making beats earlier. And that's a lot of why I'm so driven to teach students, to teach teachers how to use DAWs, so kids can start learning how to make DAWs when they make beats and DAWs when they 5. You know what I'm saying? And they go to their general music education class. You know, we play the bongos and then we learn 16th notes and then we'll sing a song and then we'll make beats. Like, that's what's up.
That is what's up, man. Well, you know, I mean, there's no time like the present. You know, we all wish that we could, you know, do stuff a little earlier. I think there's a saying, I'm probably going to butcher it, but it's like, you know, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The next best time is today. And so, you know, yeah, you wish that you could have made beats a long time ago, but, you know, now you're taking advantage of the day that you have today and you're just pushing forward with it. So that's what's up, man. I definitely got to go back because, I mean, I'm a Big Ten football fan. I'm a Michigan fan. I love the Wolverines.
And then you knew I grew up in Columbus.
I know. I saw that, and I almost didn't want to bring it up, but yeah, I got to now. Did you play with on the team with Rashad Mendenhall?
No, I was a little bit before him. It's actually crazy. I do know Rashad because one of the jobs I had when I graduated, I was a public relations manager, and my account was the Army, and I used to set up interviews for guys who got selected to the Army All-American Bowl.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
So it was great. I had a chance to meet like Tim Tebow and those guys back then.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Okay. All right, man. Well, ma'am, now we can move back to music production. I just had to throw that Wolverine spirit in there at you. So, yeah, man. So you told us a little bit about, you know, how you got started or when you got started in music production. You know, you said at the age of 25, but I want to know what made you want to get into music, period. I mean, what's the origin story?
I mean, I guess it's kind of like I always loved music. I played saxophone from like 6th grade to 10th grade. You know, it was just came from a family of athletes. You know, people just start pushing you towards sports because, you know, again, back then, like, you know, now you could just go to SAE or you can go to AIM, but back then you couldn't just do that. And if you did, you had to have like, you know, like 10 years of training since you was like in kindergarten, you know what I'm saying? So really put the saxophone down. But one thing I always used to do, I always just make tapes. I always had the guy in high school that had to mix tapes. Get my ears sharp. You know, I wanted to be a DJ, but I couldn't afford no techniques, you know what I'm saying? So I was just obsessed with music. And, you know, I always tell people this is weird. Like, I remember like probably about 3 or 4 years before I started making beats, I had a dream that I was making beats.
Wow.
I knew I wanted to do it. I just didn't know how. You know what I mean? And, you know, even in the early 2000s, you couldn't just find everything on the internet. You know what I'm saying? You had to know what questions to ask, who to look for. And obviously, as software, you know, became more prevalent, you know what I'm saying, then it became easier. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of what took so long for me.
Okay. Well, that's what's up, man. I could definitely relate to that story, being the guy in high school that's just in love with music, you know, and having the mixtapes. I mean, now it may not be that same situation with kids that are in school now because everyone has access to music. Everyone has access to everything, and there's so many music producers, so many rappers, but it wasn't that many back in the day. So I definitely know where you're coming from with that, man. That's what's up. Yeah. Okay. All right, man. Well, what was the first piece of equipment that you started on or software when you first started getting into music production?
So I had, man, this was crazy. I had Yamaha makes this like super basic ass keyboard that you'll find in most like music rooms across the country. And like, I had one of those, and I thought I was the shit because I can use the arpeggiator. I remember I wanted to start sampling, and that thing couldn't do it. So I thought it was a 4-track sampler. It turned out to be like a DJ sampler. Okay. Then a friend let me borrow a MPC 2000 XL.
Dope.
And it's like weird. Like I didn't. You know what I really learned on that machine? I never really made any whole beats. Mostly just loops. Okay. But like I learned how to chop samples on that machine. You know what I'm saying? And, but, you know, I could see right away it was inefficient as hell. Like, you know, you had to get a zip drive and, you know, one of my buddies, and because I was living in Columbus at the time, I had moved back. I started, and one of my buddies, Hot Hands Entertainment, shout out Hot Hands, man. I used to bounce by his crib every once in a while playing some beats. Mm-hmm. One day he was like, hey, yo, fam, I don't mean to burst your bubble. You seem pretty excited right now about these little beats you got, but it was all stock sounds.
Right.
I was like, what are stock sounds?
Right.
This shit came with it. So, eventually I could make some sounds, and, like I said, I learned how to chop, and then somebody introduced me to Reason. Nice. And I kind of just took to it.
Okay.
And that was 2008. And, I've dabbled in Logic and GarageBand and, other things, but, I liken it like this. It's like, hey, man, we're going to ask you to drive a car. You don't have to go particularly fast. You just got to get grandma around the block. We have Logic for you. Okay, I can get grandma around the block and Logic. Hey, man, we need you to run a NASCAR race. I need Reason, man.
Okay.
Like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's kind of weird.
That's what's up, man. So how long have you been on Reason?
It's been 11 years now.
Wow, man, that's what's up, man. I mean, I always heard good things about Reason. The only bad thing was that you couldn't bring third-party VSTs or plugins in there. But I mean, now that's changed. But
Yeah.
But man, I mean, everybody that used Reason loved Reason. And one reason why I wanted to experiment with it, I never did, but one reason why I wanted to was because an idol of mine, DJ Khalil, was on it, just heat, making some bangers. So
I used to watch his videos heavy. He did Mama I Made It for Jay-Z, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember him, Anonymous, who else? Old boy that made no role models. I had just posted that on my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
TheLetterLBeats, for anybody listening, follow your boy. But just different people who use Reason. I studied these videos. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. All right, man. Well, I mean, you came a long way. You start off with that Yamaha. I mean, the 4-track recorder. All the way to Reason. You even dabble with the MPC a little bit, man. That's what's up. And I mean, all of that, it helps you. It helps build who you are. It helps build your craft. I mean, when you only have a limited amount of stuff, man, you got to be creative as hell. And so that just builds up, the production skills. So that's what's up, man. I know how that goes. All right, man. Well, when you're coming up, who were some of the producers that inspired you? I know you talked about Khalil and Anonymous and, some other guys, but who else inspired you?
I mean, I would definitely have to say it's been a hard year for me because literally Kanye's like my top 5.
Right.
And he really inspired what I did. And so as a producer, Kanye.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I would say definitely Pharrell.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Rock.
Nice.
Just Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely learned a lot and respect Swizz and Timbo. It's just I find that amongst producer circles, they're not my favorite as much as say like an Alchemist.
Nice. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would say and even Diddy and the Hitman.
Nice.
Guys. Okay. I like that kind of when you take I look at production like I don't just see one genre. I try my best to see all of it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, my style, my aiming point, the guys I hold in the highest regard are always going to be the guys that can kind of take and do a little bit of everything and also have the ability to kind of combine everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As much as people hate on Diddy, he was one of the masters of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, for sure,
or
man.
even like a Justice League.
Right. Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, he created, the Hitman, and I mean, like you said, doing everything, they had it all. They could do the pop, they could do the grimy, they could do whatever you needed. And so I was going to ask you too, when you're first naming some of the producers, I was going to say, man, can you just throw us somebody in there that doesn't really get much praise? And you did that, with The Alchemist. Even though he's clearly a legend, he's clearly, one of the top producers, but for some reason he slept on like crazy. And then you just mentioned the Hitman as well. All of them just dope, but they don't get mentioned. They don't get the praise like they should.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't understand why, but thank you for mentioning them, man. That's what's up. Thank you for mentioning everybody. And Beat Grinders, if you guys aren't up on any of these producers, definitely go do your research. I'm pretty sure you guys are, but not definitely do your research. Okay. All right, man. Well, you know, if you listened to the show before, man, you already know Beats Grinding Life. It's not all about having fun. We do like to have a good time on here, but just for a little bit, just for a moment, man, we got to drag you through the mud. I'm going to try to make you cry a little bit. I'm going to make you tuck your tail. Just name one setback or failure that you've had coming in this game that you were able to bounce back from, so that maybe we could learn from your setback or failure.
Wow, man. Ooh, hey, ooh. And it's weird because it's stuff I got to consider a failure, right? Okay, all right. Here's a fair one. Now this is my man's in them, right? Mm-hmm. But you know, I was trying to move to Atlanta, like I knew, okay, I'm gonna have to spend some money, right? Right. And sometimes you got to spend money just to find certain things out, right? Mm-hmm. Now, John Boy, you know, he did a bunch of Young Jock, Future. Then he did some shit for Snoop. You know, he stays in the A, and you know, I still got a good shit with him. But
can you mention the name for me one more time?
Oh, John Boy.
Okay, John Boy. Okay.
Yeah. Light skinned brother with the beard. He played the guitar. He nasty on Pro Tools. Like, he nice with it. I think he got some shit with Thug. Like, he was really like early on the Migos thugging him. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude is like in the A. And he's a good dude and he's accessible. So I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna spin with bruh. And you know, you gotta know when you do a collab, the reason why you gotta pay attention to the price is because, like, you know, it's not gonna always get placed, right? So I know the market looking like, so I spent $900 with this man. Right. The beat never got placed, but it was, you know, I've been down here for a while and having man, I wish I could have some of that money back. like I really should have gave him like $250, maybe like $300, like that. Man, I wish I could have some of that money back. I know he looked at this girl like, hey, babe, we paid the mortgage this month. Like, he not have a good relationship, so I ain't hating, but it's just like, I understand, like, when people move here, like when people move to LA or New York, you know, you kind of don't know, and there's always somebody waiting there to take your money. Yep, no doubt, man. Damn. Thank you for that. Thank you for that story, man. I mean, because that seems to be a common theme now, or a common thing where, you know, producers are charging for collabs, and like you said, you know, they don't always get placed, and that's something that we don't always consider. Is there something that you would have did differently? I mean, I guess you would have asked for a little cheaper price, but is there anything that you would have asked for, or is there anything that you would have did differently? And I feel like this is what I would have did differently. So it was crazy because 2017 was just wild. 2018 was crazier, but I was moving here. My girl had she beat me here, and she found a job, found a crib, but I was getting my shit together to move down here from Illinois. And what I did was I had gotten to this Standard beat battle when they was doing them at Harlem Nights. They used to do one in the spring. I flew down and I networked that week. It was like, I think I was still teaching, so it was like the week of spring break. I met an artist when I was down here. If I could do anything differently, I would have took that artist with me. We would have just got beat right, got one whole song done, and then just go ahead and just drop the single. And if I could have got it for a cheap price, I would have used the rest of the money for promotion. You know what I'm saying? Right. I didn't understand what I wanted back then necessarily. Now I was still learning. Right. That's what's up, man. Well, thank you for that, bro. Beat Grinders, you guys know, here on the last few episodes, that has been mentioned, building with an artist, just collabing with artists. That definitely seems like the number one thing to do. So do you recommend just not even collabing with producers if there's a price tag on it? I'm not gonna say not. I mean, you gotta go to guys that are being reasonable, right? Like, I'm a different kind of dude. Like, I'm humble, man. Like, I don't know why you called me to do this interview, but okay, I'm talking. Oh, right? Come on, man. For real. So, like, yo, I charge at most $50 for a collab, right? I am going to submit it to my A&R contacts. I am going to submit it to whether it's I have a connect to. I do have a connect to 2 major artists.
Okay.
And if I get it to them, I'll get it to them.
Right.
If I get it to their people, I can get it to their people. In the meantime, I'm also going to put it on BeatStars.
Right.
Put it on Airbit. Also going to put it on YouTube. I'm also going to try and lease it. I'm also going to try and sync license place it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't speak for what other guys do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to me, that's what's going to happen. And here's the thing. I know that there's not always a chance it's going to get placed. That's why I'm never going to go over a certain price.
Mm-hmm.
Like DJ Plug, he's a big producer, right?
Right.
DJ Plug is a big freaking deal. DJ Plug has a limit. Now I don't want to put his prices out there, but like he's very reasonable when it comes to collabs for a guy. I'm like, damn, you could really charge more if you really wanted to. And I say that saying it's valuable to actually. I have a mixtape in the can with I don't want to put too much on it. I have a mixtape in the can right now, and one of the artists has a direct link with DJ Plug. One of the reasons I chose the artist is I know his music is going to get played in the club. His music is going to a certain amount of run because Plug drops mixtapes as a DJ. You see what I'm saying? When I look at a guy like that, like not only is Plug like a big producer and he does mixtapes, he only charged that much. I know he ain't gonna hit you, and it's kind of like here's a general rule that I don't know if everybody knows. When they say how much should I charge, I think you need to feel the situation out. If you know a person got resources, you need to turn the price up. I think if you know they don't, you need to be reasonable.
Right.
And kind of see if your goals line. You see what I'm saying? Kind of feeling out process. And so I know like if Plug was a run up on somebody who was like a little bigger, of course you gonna charge him more. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Yeah.
he for people. And when I look at a guy like that as being reasonable, I go, okay, you can put up on somebody's Instagram page, like I'm 3-time, 4-time platinum, man, it's gonna be 200, 300. But then I always see you advertising like, bro, if somebody's advertising to collect too much, they really need that money.
Right. Yep.
You feel me?
Yep.
And I'm not even trying to be an asshole when I say that, but to me, that's like the thirsty guy. I have a rotation when I put out my ads. You know what I'm saying? And I do it like just to kind of remind people. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what I do. And half the time I'll be reminded to do it because somebody hits me up. Yo, can you do this? Yo, can you do that? You know what I mean?
Right. Wow. That's what's up, man. Well, you just spit a lot of gems up in there, man. It's a lot to take in. So, Beat Grinders, I hope you guys got your notepads. And remember, you can always rewind this to get all the gems that LetterLBeats just spit to us. So, thank you for that, man. I mean, wow, that was a lot right there. I really appreciate that, man. All right, man. Well,
thank you.
Yeah, man. Well, I know, I had to drag you through the mud, man. I tried to make you cry. I couldn't, but that's all right. That's all right.
Okay, that money hurt real bad in that
That's what's up, man. Well, we're gonna move to the other side, man. I want to know what's the crowning achievement in your career thus far? What do you consider the greatest moment?
Wow. It's probably on it. I would say, and I'm gonna say so far.
Okay,
and
right.
Only because it's just the legend was having a chance to interview Jermaine Dupri.
Ooh, yeah, wow, man. That's all. That's dope right there, man. Wow. I mean, I'm even at a loss for words right there, man. I mean, but just being in the presence of greatness like that, and then just soaking in everything that the legend has to say. I mean, when somebody like that speaks, you definitely got to listen, man. That's what's up, man. Wow. Okay, man. Well,
you know what? I want to make sure I drop some game. I'm going to tell a little game about that, man.
Okay.
I remember then we had that event. I invited a bunch of people there, and he did a photo shoot. And you know how like when like the celebrity does a photo shoot, like everybody posts like the same photo. And one of my buddies like joked like, "Hey, Jermaine Dupri wasn't there that night." What I was most proud of, honestly, is that I put myself to be in the position in the picture next to him, actually talking to him.
Right.
2 people interviewed him that night. The guy who paid for everything and me.
Nice.
I'm like, how do you do
that? That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So this was just at some random function. Did you know he was going to be there beforehand?
Oh yeah, I definitely knew. I mean, it was during my time at Producer Grind, man. It was definitely a event that they were hosting, but like I said, like just what they say, luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Yep.
That's exactly what happened right there.
That's what's up, man. Well, good for you, man. That's what's up. That's goals for me. I don't know about all the other beat grinders listening, but just me as an interviewer, man, that's goals for me right there, man. So, all right, man. Was still providing that motivation and inspiration, man. I appreciate it, man. And you know, they always say you do what the greats do, you know, and I know that you're working your way to greatness. You know, I'm a little behind you. I'm not where you are yet. Some of the beat grinders listening, they're not where you are yet. So we're looking at you for motivation and inspiration. So we want to know, what do you do in a typical day? How do you set your day up? So maybe we can set our days up kind of like yours, and we can get kind of the same results.
Okay, bet. Basically, I have a whiteboard. I divide it into 2 columns. Well, there's a section at the bottom that shows for my class, my online class, how many weeks I've input into the class website. So I keep that checked off because I got to go along with that. Then I have like a running to-do list. And on the right side, I have a list of a 2-week rotation where I have certain things that I have to get done each week. Well, every 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? So like today, Monday, all right, woke up. First thing to do is that I got to tight beat video due by the end of the day tomorrow. So I wanted to work on the beat and also like a piece of content out. So I do a screen recording of the beat just to see what people think on Instagram and, you know, have a reason to do content. Then when I got done doing that, I was checking in on my class. I see that I have like 10 people who are still on the roster that haven't gotten on the Schoology class. So I had to go email them and make sure, hey, you know, because the first day of school was today, but the first day of class, quote unquote, is Friday. Okay. Then I knew I had our interview today, so I was getting ready for that. What I tend to do is like I'll wake up and I'll drink coffee, and I'll be like nauseous. So I was like, hey, it's time to eat. So I force myself to cook and eat something. And then usually I'll try to see how I feel after. Like if I didn't have this interview, I probably would be. Actually, I was working on the beat that is going to be wind up finished product tomorrow, so I'd be working on that. Also, I have to develop a new kit idea before the end of the day tomorrow that I'm going to drop, not this week, but next week on Friday. Okay. I drop my solo kits every 2 weeks, and I just dropped one this past. They call it Trap Synth Wave. It's basically a combination of synth wave and trap that I'm kind of experimenting with. So, and then like usually by then my girl will be home, and so I'll see what she on. We might watch a show or something. I try to get work done, and then usually I hit like a late night workout. Okay, that sounds like a perfect day, man. I mean, it sounds like, you know, work right when you wake up, you know, all the way to when, you know, your girl comes home. And I love the way that you know, divided everything up. You know, you're definitely conscious of your time. Your sound pack that you're coming out with, is that like loops, or is that like a drum kit, or what is that? So usually I do loops. It's just kind of my wheelhouse is what I most want to perfect. To me, drums, I like drums, but drums are ancillary, and I'm also like, for better or for worse, I mean, I can do everything. I can do everything. I don't necessarily. Okay, let me back up. If you put a gun to my head and said do a country song, get me probably get it done. I don't really like tropical, but I can do everything. That said, like just creating melodies I'm a sample-based producer. That's why to me drums are ancillary, because half the time, if I want to program, I might use some pre-programmed MIDIs and then tweak it myself. But for my drums, I'm using like chopped loops. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I spend a lot of time just making melodies, you know, and experimenting with sound design and texture. And can I make this set sound like it came right off a vinyl loop? Can I make this sound like a sample that nobody heard before? Be like, yo, what record did you get that from? No, I made that. No, for real. No, really home. Like I challenge myself. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's the best feeling in the world right there. Right. So I generally do like multi-track loops. I find that people don't really care too much about me. Like I really enjoy MIDI data, but a lot of people don't. And then I augment my loop so much that the MIDI you would get doesn't even come close to what it's going to sound like. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That Synthwave plus 808, TheLetterLBeats.com just dropped Friday. Nice. You guys definitely go check that out. I'm definitely gonna do the same. So he definitely perked my interest.
with that. So, wow. And one thing I also noticed, you said time with the lady. You happy wife, happy life. You definitely gotta boost that relationship as well. Definitely gotta have time for the woman of the house, and then like you said, late night workout. So you got everything up in there, man. You're taking care of yourself, taking care of your business, taking care of your relationships. I'm definitely down with that. That sounds like a great day.
Thank you.
All right, man. Well, this next portion of the interview, man, is called In the Studio. I want to know what you do in the studio, how you do it, and yeah, what you do it with. So I want to know, man, when you first start crafting beats, man, do you have a set ritual? Do you turn up the lights? Do you turn down the lights? You smoke something? Maybe coffee? I know you mentioned coffee. Is there anything that you do when you first start getting started?
Yeah, like in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll usually be on my second cup of coffee by the time my girl roll up. You know what I'm saying? Smoke something and, get busy. And what I do is I set up like an 8-16 bar loop. Might grab something from the MIDI vault. I might tap something out, compose something real quick. But I'm definitely gonna probably throw that Cable Guys shaper box on it. I'm definitely gonna be using Cable Guys Halftime. Nice. I'm definitely gonna be using something from our Output Arcade. Like that's definitely my shit, cause like I have my go-to stuff, and I don't even mind talking about it because like ain't nobody gonna do it like I'm gonna do it.
Yep, exactly. That's the way you gotta approach it, man. I mean, you're unique, so the way that you use any of these tools, ain't like how anybody else is gonna use it. The output is gonna be different. So all right,
and I definitely real quick, I got to shout out Cable Guys. It's actually been a good relationship, man. The family over there. Like one day I did a tutorial video and they really liked it. And it was like, yo, try some of this stuff out, man. And ever since I've been hooked. So whenever I get a chance to shout them out, or if I do a tutorial video, they're actually in the class at the University of Illinois. They're actually giving my students 30% off because if you're a student, you're taking music class or whatever, they give you like educational discount or whatever. So I just want to make sure I shout them out, man. They dope.
That's what's up. So I'll definitely check them out, Cable Guys, and I'll leave a link in the show notes as well. All right.
Dope.
Well, what's a not so secret weapon that you have up in the studio?
Yeah, man, I'll have to say one, my Reason layers. Reason dropped this probably about 2.5 years ago, and this is why I still like Reason. You can only get this in Reason, right? And so it's called Layers, but it's basically like, I didn't know it 2 years ago. I've used it for other stuff, but right now it's coming in handy because I'm really doing a lot of this synthwave stuff. It's like these emulations of these 80s synthesizers. Actually, the conference I was at, Illinois, this past weekend, a guy did like this whole presentation on FM synthesis and subtractive synthesis, and that's something I want to learn more about because, I'm the type of guy, like, I'll put some on it or I'll turn a knob, but I don't necessarily know what it does. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Damn, so, that's cool, man. That's what's up right there. All right, man. Well, tell me what's all in your toolbox, man? What all do you make music with these days?
All right, so it's gonna be Reason, and it's still 0.5. I haven't upgraded to 10 yet. I definitely need to do that.
Okay.
I think I'm getting there. It's definitely gonna be the arcade. It's definitely gonna be the shaper box, the halftime. The layers, and usually I keep everything inside Reason, man. I mean, I sample everything. I have a deep sound library. One of the things I learned when I started making kits was even when guys might not have money to buy kits, they'll always trade you. And I wind up with a deep ass sound library. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
I'll sample. I basically go to YouTube to sample. I got a couple records, but that's what it is.
Okay. That was gonna be my question: is where are you sampling from? But it sounds like YouTube and a little bit of vinyl. Okay. All right, man. Well, this next portion is in the mix. We're just gonna speed things up, kind of like rapid fire. I'm gonna ask you some questions. You just spit a response back quickly. But if you need to take your time, man, it's greatly appreciated. All right,
okay,
man.
Cool.
Do you prefer making beats with samples or without? Sounds like we already know the answer to this.
With.
Your opinion on selling and leasing beats online?
Do it.
All right. Plug-in every producer should have in their arsenal.
Shaper box.
Nice. A book that you think every producer should read, and it doesn't have to be music related, but it can be.
Kevin Hart, I Can't Make This Up.
That's the second time that's been mentioned on here, so I definitely got to get that book. Beat Grinders, you guys definitely need to get it as well, and I'm pretty sure that they offer that on audible.com. So you guys definitely head over to beatsbooks.com. Why? Because you can go get that book for free. All you have to do is sign up for 1 month, and you can go claim a free book. You can cancel at the end of that month and keep the book, but just go sign up, beatsbooks.com. Is there an internet resource that you use that you think every producer could benefit from? And when I say internet resource, I mean a website or a mobile app, maybe like YouTube or Google Calendar.
I would say, honestly, Curtis King's YouTube page. Honestly, man. God. This dude, he does everything from, inspiration to actual tips and techniques to how to, again, I use solely Reason. I've dabbled in FL, but I've learned a lot about using my DAW by watching him teach people to use FL Studio. He's another guy I definitely got a shout out to because, when I told him what I was doing my class, he actually gave my entire class access to his Fluid FL Studio beginners course, the gold edition, you know what I'm saying? Which he's been on Instagram and YouTube and stuff, but it's a really valuable course, man. So I definitely want to make sure I shout him out.
That's what's up, man. I will definitely do the same. Shout out Curtis King. Definitely provides great content that I think every producer should definitely be up on. So that's what's up. All right. What was your first placement? And we're slowing down the interview now, no longer rapid fire, but if you can just tell us your first placement that you have and then just describe the feeling that you've had so that maybe the beat grinders listening that are searching for that first placement, they can get inspired a little bit.
Okay, so I think my first official placement was a joint called Snow Night. I think you still see it on YouTube. It's featuring an artist called Young General, who was really the first artist I ever worked with, man. Really learned a lot of independent game from him, and I made money off that song, Nice. That's how I know I'm supposed to be doing this, you know what I'm saying? So, first of all, make sure you go check that out. Second of all, I think that's also a story that just stay diligent. And if you decide you want to do it, you need to make the decision to do it for life, because Young General, man, that was 10 years ago. Everybody putting up the little 2009 versus 2019. Me, put mine up. It looks like I'm dapping myself. The other guy I'm dapping, we're at the single release party for White Sox Fitted, which I learned a lot about sync licensing doing this song. He actually made a song about White Sox Fitted caps, and it was a song about Chicago. He got 2 Chicago artists on Gabs and Mickey Halstead, and he actually got a license, like a short-term license for it from the White Sox. He performed it at the park. It was kind of a big deal, and it's crazy because that was 10 years ago. Now look at what I'm doing now. Man, everything I did back then to form my experience, and this is how you have to stay down and value relationships. At the time, Mickey Halstead, who did the song, his manager winds up moving to Atlanta, and the reason I'm able to move around and do a lot of what I'm able to do is because of that relationship with his manager. He's like, people's like, yo, you was only down here 6 months. How'd you get into patchwork for free every week, for 4 months? Hey, man, I knew somebody. I took care of that relationship. Nice. Well, now that artist is now G Herbo's manager.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it keeps turning.
Yep. That's what's up, man. Definitely got to foster those relationships. Man, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Mickey Halstead, man. He was supposed to be next up.
Well, listen, the game goes a certain way. The game goes a certain way, that's all I'm going to say. But he's managing G Herbo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, it's all good.
Yeah. No, it's like you said. Yeah, it's all good for him. That's what's up, man. It's just that's just a throwback for me. I was definitely a fan of his, and just wonder whatever happened. So that's what's up. Now I know. Okay, man.
Yeah, I saw him at A3C here in Atlanta back in October. So yeah, he moving.
Right. That's what's up, man. Okay. All right, man. Well, what's your favorite song that you ever produced?
My favorite song that I ever produced. Oh, I would say it's man, why you hit me with the hard one? That's tough. It probably, because I had to go so far back, but you see, I'm sitting here thinking about the artists I used to work with. We used to make a lot of different kind of music, man. But then again, actually, no, I know what it is. Me and DJ South got a song with T Hood called Expensive. And it's probably going to be a single we trying to release this year. That's actually my favorite joint. Expensive by T Hood.
Dope. So that's something that we definitely need to be on the lookout for. It hasn't dropped yet. So Beat Grinders, you guys stay patient and keep looking out for it. That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, follow for more too. Follow @HatersHateTHood.
Okay. All right. That's a call to action. I'm going to definitely do that and you guys do that as well. All right. What's the album besides one that you worked on that you recommend every producer listen to and why?
I would say Outkast, Speaker Box to Love Below.
Nice. Why do you say that one?
Because it does everything. It gives you some boom bap. It gives you some southern bass. It gives you a little bit of house dance feel. It gives you R&B. It shows you it really shows you the endless possibilities of good mixing. There's rapping, there's singing, there's arrangement, there's a pop song on there. It takes you through a bevy of emotions. Amon Jackson, who's a legendary mix engineer here in Atlanta, Salem Sound Studios, he says that the best songs are the ones that whatever's inside the artist, they have cut everything away and given you all of them like straight to their soul. Right. There is no pretentiousness. There is no fake shit. This is kind of like the essence of what Meek Mill's Championship was. Right. Like there's no question that everything he was spitting was real, straight from his heart to your ears. You know what I'm saying? So I feel it's the best of that. And then it's also the best of one of my philosophies where I tell people all the time, like the best music, once you become a producer, once you know how to make music, you listen to music different. Yep. Because you know what the process is. And so I feel like the best songs make you forget about the process. Does that make
Right. Are you saying like you just get wrapped up in the music?
Yeah, like right now, I won't say no specific name, but certain records that are out right now, like I like them, but as soon as they come on, I start thinking about how they're made. You see what I'm saying? Whereas like Outkast, Love Below, like from the minute it comes on, you don't think about any of that. It just so like it starts off with like a minute and a half, like orchestral, operatic, like just it's a piece of art, man. It's not even. It's barely a rap album.
Right. Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well, you guys definitely go check that out. Outkast, Love Below. I personally love Outkast. Probably my favorite duo of all time, just because their versatility. Every album sounds completely different. None of them match the other ones, and I think that they look at each album that way as just a blank canvas, and how can we paint this picture, not even thinking about what they did in the past. So all right, that's what's up. Well, Beat Grinders, if you guys haven't heard it or if you guys don't have access to it, I'll definitely have it up on the TheLetterLBeats show notes on the website. Man, well, I want you to get the creative juices flowing just a little bit here, man. I'm gonna ask you, man, to grab a pick, grab a hammer. Then we're about to go up to Mount Rushmore and we're about to put 4 faces up there. 4 faces of producers. What producers are you putting on Mount Rushmore?
Dre, Just Blaze,
nice,
Pharrell, and Jermaine Dupri.
Nice. I love that answer, man. I mean, when you think about Mount Rushmore, you think of the founding fathers, and I think all those dudes definitely birthed their own style. All those dudes, they're legendary for their sound. And man, I love that one. I think Jermaine Dupri isn't mentioned enough. And I mean, he's birthed so many artists, and I think that's what a producer is. A producer definitely take artists and mold artists and make artists. So he's definitely done that. All right, man. Well, I want you to imagine that you had the perfect studio session, and in that perfect studio session, you have one artist, one producer, one engineer, and one random person with you. Who are these 4 people going to be?
That the artist is going to be. Man, you be asking some good questions, bro.
I appreciate that. Like I said, man, this is a time to make you think and just challenge you just a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna say it had to be the artist will have to be Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
The producer would be Jake One.
Nice. I'm loving that.
The engineer would be Guru.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
The random person. Jerrod Carmichael.
Damn, man, that's what's up. He'll lighten up the mood, that's for sure, man. Damn. You paired up with Jake One. For one, now that would be crazy. I can see you guys' styles meshing, especially with all the synth stuff that you're learning. I know he's heavy into synths, and then got Guru on the boards, and then Jerrod Carmichael, man. That's what's up, man. Why him? Why Jerrod Carmichael?
He's really funny. He's just really funny. And I was a big fan of him, and it's weird because I didn't realize how much he kind of he inspired Jay-Z's 444 a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Did he really?
Yeah. You know, what's the song? The song where he got the video was like they do the black version of Friends. Jerrod Carmichael is in that.
Oh, okay, nice. That's what's up. Yeah, I didn't realize how funny he was. I didn't really get into the show that much, but when I saw his stand-up, he had me cracking up on there.
Which one did you see?
Man, I saw it on Netflix. I can't remember what it's called.
He had this one on HBO called Love at the Store. Oh my God, man, it was so funny.
Oh yeah, okay. That's what's up, man. Well, man, it's funny because people always, for this answer, not always, but a lot of people for this answer, they pick comedians. You know, we heard Dave Chappelle, we heard Kevin Hart, and so.
I get it.
That's just funny, man. Okay. All right, man. Well, I want to know if you woke up tomorrow and you lost everything that you had except for $1,000 and your knowledge, and you woke up on a planet identical to Earth, how would you restart your career? And when I say you lost everything, you lost all your connects. I know you got some major connects in Atlanta, but you lost all of that. You lost your equipment. You lost everything. I'll give you your girl. So you got you and your girl, $1,000. You got to restart your career in this place that you know no one. What are you gonna do?
Man, get a phone, get a MacBook. I always got my Reason key, you know what I'm saying? So I get Reason back.
Man. You're starting all over.
Oh man. Oh, I gotta go. Oh shit. Yeah, I gotta go find a way to get Reason and a MacBook and a phone, and then I would have to find a studio to intern at.
Okay. I like that one, man. So you think all that could fit in your budget of $1,000?
Man, I could probably get a MacBook at the pawn shop for like $350.
That's what's up.
I can get Reason for probably like $250.
Nice.
I had all my knowledge, right? I got all my knowledge.
Yep.
Yeah. I can go intern at the studio. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to buy speakers and stuff. I could just work at the studio.
That's what's up, man. I think that's a major key right there. Is you got your knowledge. You know, I don't think a lot of people draw on that when they come up with the answer for this question. But what I really liked is you said you could intern at a studio. And the reason why I asked this crazy question, man, is just because there's some people out there that want to get into music production, and all they have is a little bit of money, maybe like $1,000 or less, and they want to know how can they get into creating music. There's also producers that have lost a lot of stuff, that have lost everything due to theft or maybe just equipment malfunctioning. So, man, thank you, man. Maybe this answer will help people get on the right path.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yep. All right, man. Well, I want to know when it's all said and done, man, and when you got to wrap this music thing up, man, what do you want your legacy to be, and what does legacy mean to you?
Oh, man. I think legacy means that I had a purpose fulfilled purpose and it impacted people's lives. I really believe in the circle of influence. I think one of the things I want my legacy to be, I want to be that guy that made it normal for kids in public school education to learn how to use DAWs.
Nice.
And maybe like whoever's on the billboard in the next, I want to say 4 to 7 years, like it came from, I was able to impact what they do, whether it was they came, because at the University of Illinois, I teach that class, but what is not on there, that whole thing began 3 years ago when I took Adam Cruz's class, and then he had me, go with him volunteering at the Juvenile Detention Center in Champaign, Illinois, where the University of Illinois is, and we taught kids who were in the detention center how to make beats and rap on iPads.
Wow.
And then we had the year later, we had our first annual, every major university across the country has band camp, right? And we had, they've been doing School of Rock for I think 7 years, and they want to call our school of hip hop, but it's really not that. It's hip hop camp because we do something completely different. Okay. We have kids come from all over. You know how local stuff is. So if they had it in Georgia, kids would come from Florida. Kids would come from South Carolina, North Carolina. Well, their kids come from Michigan and Indianapolis, and they come from St. Louis. And, we teach them not just about the music, not just how to write, not just how to produce, not just about using a DAW. We also do culture, and we also do community engagement. And we do a full scope of understanding how hip hop is shaped by culture and marginalized people. It's about serving people, and it's about teaching. In addition to having a camp, we have a symposium where music teachers, and you can go to just Google University of Illinois ISYM, and you can see all of this. We have music teachers come from all around, and what they do is they have a master's in music education program where the people who are getting their master's in music education are the counselors for this camp. We also have other teachers come and they learn how to teach DAWs in their classroom. We've had crazy, like this teacher, I think she's at Westview in Champaign, Illinois. She's teaching her first graders how to make MIDI controllers.
Wow.
Or like foil.
You're kidding.
I'm not joking, like out of like foil and wire. You know what I'm saying? When like, it's all types of stuff going on as experimental space. So I guess that's, I don't know what the question was, but it was important.
What is your legacy? What do you want your legacy to be?
Yeah. But so all this stuff is, these people are coming to watch this, and I'm hoping it's the impact. So I'm hoping to affect the teachers that come learn how. I'm hoping to affect the students that come to this camp. I'm hoping we're buying a charter bus. We're gonna wrap it and put a studio on it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's part of my work. I gotta reach out to Akai to see what the equipment hitting for. I gotta get that done. So, just to me, like putting beat making in a place where like everybody has access to it. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
You have a fair opportunity to pursue that, just like you have a fair opportunity to do it.
Nice, man. Well, man, you are definitely living your legacy out, man. I mean, the stuff that you're doing, man, makes me definitely appreciate you as a person, man. I'm looking up to you because I mean, you're definitely giving back to not only your community, your surrounding community in Atlanta, but you're giving back to other communities as well in Illinois. And man, you're greatly having an effect on a lot of kids' lives, man. And I just want to commend you, man. I want to give you an ovation for that, man.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate you, man. And Beat Grinders, this is all about music production, and we could throw that out the window just for a little bit and just say, give back. Definitely give back to your community like TheLetterLBeats is doing. He's providing a great example of what we should be doing. So, I mean, we each one got to help the other, and he's definitely doing that. So, all right, man. Well, I want to know, what's the greatest piece of advice that you've received coming up in this game, and what advice would you have for all the producers listening today?
The greatest piece of advice I received easily was from DJ Payne 1 at A3C, and I think it was 2017. He said, listen, DJ Payne 1 told me, he said, build your brand. Do whatever you do to build your brand. Because once you do that, you can sell whatever you need to sell. You can get to wherever you need to get to. And like, I'll be damned if that wasn't true. Like, so true. Like, he told me that in 2017 at A3C. When I arrived at A3C in 2018, everybody knew me from Producer Grind Podcast.
Right.
And, listen, joining that podcast was not getting a placement, but it put me in a place to learn from the best in the game, and put me in a place where I was known throughout the producer community. Right. Where there's the brand building right there. And, it's just one of those situations where, man, like, I'm the type of person, like, if you give me a good piece of advice, I'm going to take it and see how far I can run with it, right? And so that's what I did with him when DJ Payne One told me that. So I guess that's what I tell everybody, like, build your brand. Like, and when I say build your brand, to be specific, have a good logo, have dope art, be consistent with your fonts and your lettering, and make sure that your name is the same across all platforms. Also, like, provide value to people. Don't just be spamming and tagging everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, before I ever sold a sound kit, I just gave away like 5 or 6 free kits. Right. I rock a Gary Vaynerchuk model, jab, jab, hook, right? I give away a lot of free stuff I try to give away more free stuff than I sell. You see what I'm saying? Right. And it looks like a lot of different things. That might be a free kit for everybody. That might mean I drop a paid kit and give it free to the homies because they just look out, or they'll repost, or just because they're the homies or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, when it comes to brand building, yes, it is logos and fonts and stuff, but it's also making yourself valuable, and it's being like the most authentic you.
That's what's up, man. That's great advice right there, man. This gonna probably be a silly question, but I just want to know, when Payne One gave that advice, was it at the SAE in Atlanta? I mean, I know it was at A3C, but was the location at the SAE?
No, we were upstairs in the Loudermilk Center at Georgia State. Okay.
I was just gonna say, man, it'd be crazy if it was, almost full circle, because you were on a panel just this past, like, a few months ago, right, at SAE?
Yeah, I was on a panel. I was for ICE.
Right. Okay.
Yes, I say that, and I'm glad you brought it, because I did want to talk about that too, because that's the other thing that's really helped me a lot. When you make your brand valuable, that gives you a chance to partner with people. And one of the things that also helped me a lot has been my ability to standard, people to partner. I'm partnering with Serato Sample. Like I said, Curtis King, Cable Guys. Like, when you build a strong brand, people want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So it's important.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Well, Beat Grinders, definitely take the Letter L Beats advice. He's dropping gems for you guys. I'm definitely gonna take that advice as well, and just try to build up my brand as well. So that's what's up, man. Well, thank you for everything, man. You dropped a lot of gems. Personally, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna listen to this with the notepad, I'm gonna write everything down, man. And you have been a great value to this Beat Grinders community, man. Really appreciate it.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me on, man. I want to make sure to shout out the homies, the Beat Pharmacist, Versatile Tracks. Yeah. Also want to shout out Loops for Producers, man. That's the homie. I've been doing a lot of work for them. Curtis King actually used to work with them. And I also want to make sure I shout out the homie Blue Productions and February's very own.
Nice. That's what's up. Versatile Tracks. Shout out to you, man. Past Beats Grinding Life guest. Definitely a cool, humble dude. So, all right, man, if you have any more words that you have for the listeners, if you want to let them know what they should be looking out from you, what they should be looking out for, if there's anything that you just released that they need to be looking out for, let them know, and also let them know how to contact you.
Okay, first of all, it's at TheLetterLBeats, TheLetterL Beats, on all platforms. Also coming this year, look out for that mixtape with me, DJ South, and T Hood. Also, right now, go to Spotify, Jerrod Young, The Wave, and 24 Hours, Jerrod Young, Jarrel Young. And that's it, man. Okay.
Well, man, once again, thank you, Beat Grinders. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Beats Grinding Life. Really appreciate you. The Letter L Beats, he just dropped a lot of value. So you guys definitely go hit him up on Instagram, hit him up on other platforms as well. You guys let him know how much of a value he's been to you. Also let me know, tag me as well. And you guys know how it goes. Rate and review this podcast on iTunes. Give us a thumbs up on SoundCloud or whatever. And you know how it goes. You've been mentored by another dope producer, TheLetterLBeats. So you guys consider yourselves lucky. Keep making beats, stay on your grind, and live life. All right, peace, y'all.
Here at Beats Grinding Life, we want to thank you for listening to another episode. We want to know, what were your biggest takeaways from this interview? Just go to beatsgrindinglife.com and leave a comment on this episode's show notes page. Also, while you are there, go subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Just click the little button that says subscribe. If you could, please leave a rating and review. Rating and reviews are the best way to show your appreciation because it helps more people find out about the podcast. So until next week's episode, keep grinding.